Welcome to this episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. I'm your host, founder, and executive director of Voices for Voices, Justin Allen Hayes. Thank you for joining us on this episode. We are, as you can tell, over 220 episodes in our episode catalog on our way to 300, at least by the end of 2025. And we couldn't do this without you, can't do this without your love and support, so thank you. If you could do us a big favor, give us a big thumbs up, like, follow, share, all those good things. Don't cost anything, and help us share our message and our content with the hopes and our goal of helping 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. So thank you for that. Thank you for tuning in. And we've had a lot of activity around Voices for Voices here. This I wanted to say the first part of 2025, but we're already in May, so that's the year's just flying by. We're doing the best we can to again bring the best, brightest content. We're bringing a lot of topics that some other organizations, other shows don't want to touch, but we feel that helping people comes in all shapes and sizes, and we don't want to shortchange when particular topics come to us for shows, and so at sometimes it may seem where we're focusing on one topic or a couple of topics heavily for a period of time, and what that really means is there is time sensitive content and information that we want to share, and so that's why you're seeing a lot of condensed or a lot of episodes talking about human trafficking. We all know P. Diddy, Epstein. We get all that. We've talked with David Solomon, who is a human trafficking survivor, and there are so many things that we're learning, and so much information, so many different people, and when we find out about that, we want to share that because, again, we want to help people. We don't want to hurt people. And so if we have information that can help people, can help families, help children, help anybody, we want to share that. We don't want to hold back. So that's where we're at on topic wise. Voices for Voices. You saw we had the great privilege and honor to play with the Kutztown University Orchestra with Hearts for Music. It's a great special needs orchestra, able to integrate with an orchestra, and that was such a great moment, and just to be just a little piece in that puzzle. It just felt so good to bring individuals who may not have been able to perform on a stage and have people in the seats to watch and listen to them. And so for the fact that was able to occur, that was just amazing, and definitely one of the highlights of of the organization, and just being a small part in that. And we were able to actually talk the following day with the Kutztown University Orchestra director, Dr. Isaacson. And so you can look through and find those 2 episodes that we filmed. It was fascinating, a great person, and it was just a joy to be able to have the opportunity to speak with him about his journey, about his orchestra, about how his thoughts and feelings, and he has I believe a son that has autism, and so he understands a little bit more than somebody who doesn't have an individual with autism in their family. And so that was just really neat to get his perspective. And I've talked about it a little bit prior, where I get asked all the time how certain events, certain experiences, how they happen, how I make a decision, or we make a decision as an organization to go forward with a thought, with a potential experience. And my thoughts are very similar to Dr. Isaacson at Kutztown University, because I had asked him, how did this opportunity of a special needs orchestra being embedded with his university orchestra, how'd that even come about? And in a condensed version, and you gotta check out the interview. It was just awesome to be able to talk to him. But what he mentioned was my head, my brain, my thoughts are already in that headspace, meaning he was already thinking about that. Like I said, he has a child with special needs challenges. I have special needs and challenges myself, so I don't say it lightly. And so for him to talk about when the opportunity presented itself through one of his orchestra members who is connected with Hearts for Music, which is a special needs orchestra. She came and mentioned something to Dr. Isaacson, and his mind was already in that space where he wanted to do something like that, but the opportunity up until that point just never really presented itself to be able to do that. And so when that opportunity did present itself to him, he was ready to act and start implementing. And there's a couple practice sessions that that the groups did together prior to the performance, in front of close to 300 attendees, which is phenomenal. And so his mind was already in that space, that when this opportunity came about, it was easy for him to say, yeah, I would love to do that. And so it was easy for him to just get the plans and get the planning in motion. And so that's how I answer questions around different experiences, the trip to Ukraine, a trip to Romania, some of these mission trips we've done, and other ones locally and nationally that we have done. And that's where I'm at, is as an organization, we want to, like we talk about so much, we want to help 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. We want the organization to continue on and when I'm no longer here, So when different opportunities, like that opportunity for Dr. Isaacson came about, when they present themselves to me, it's the same thing, meaning that if I'm able to, I'll probably try it out, see what happens. And that's exactly what happened with the trip to Ukraine. Had one of our guests, and Ukrainian descent, and he teaches at university, and we interviewed him. I think we did 1 or 2 episodes. I can't remember. You have to check for that on our catalog, and after the show, we were talking. Well, it was still on camera, but it was off camera because it wasn't recording. So, and so he invited me. He said, "Yeah, like bring your show over to Ukraine." And I already had a trip that was planned to Western Europe, and I had an invitation, and of course all the safety concerns with what's happening. Made the decision to go over and to do that, and so that topic wouldn't have meant anything to me if I wasn't already planning to travel into that region. But since I was, and I had the offer, and I was thinking, wow, like that would be fascinating. Obviously all the safety concerns, to have that opportunity to just be with the people, experience what they're experiencing, with what's occurring over there in Ukraine and in the region. And so that was already in my mind of, like if that opportunity comes up, maybe I'll try it. And so that's how that went forward. Very, very similar to Dr. Isaacson as far as that thought process. And so that's how I answer the questions about other events. How did you decide that you wanted to travel to New York City and present Tyrus with his award in person after the Gutfeld show taping? Because I was already in my mind and in my thoughts that if it was possible, I wanted to do it. And so that's where those things kind of come from. And so why am I going through this whole process? And it's it seems very dry up until this point. Just saw a lot of mechanics about like mind and thinking, and then the mental health obviously plays a role as well, because a trip to Ukraine with what the war efforts that are going on there. There are a lot of times I was scared, I was fearful, I was afraid, and I know it took a toll on my mental health, because literally you have to be on guard 24/7, which isn't really anything much different than a regular day, no matter where I'm at. But to have missiles being shot over into an area where you're at, that can be and was, like I said, fearful, afraid. What's going to happen? What did I get myself into? Why did I do this? Those thoughts do creep in, and so that the mental health side definitely played a huge role in that trip and everything, because there is, with just about everything that we do as humans, there's a thought process of, I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to go brush my teeth. I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. I want to get some food to eat for lunch. I have a trip coming and I don't have any gas in my car, so I need to get gas from the gas station, or if you have an electric vehicle or natural gas, you do those. And so we make those decisions, and so some of them are obviously whether I'm going to brush my teeth or not is a little bit different than am I going to go to Ukraine or not. But in the same sense, it's still a thought that's going on in our head, and some we think about more than others. Some we weigh information differently. If we're in the market for a new car versus hey, let's order a pizza for dinner. Right? There's still a thought process that goes through, except ordering a pizza is a little less less intense than if we're looking for a new vehicle, or if we're going to maybe go on vacation and we're going to rent a vehicle or whatever. All these are hypotheticals, but these thoughts do come into our mind. Some are easier, some are a little bit more difficult. Purchasing a house, moving into a condo, an apartment, dorm, if we were talking about school, or these things are all thoughts that go through our mind. Again, some easier to process, and meaning much quicker decision than others. Others could take a little bit longer, which as well as they should. You're talking about the time it's going to take to look at and purchase a house versus where we're going to order pizza from for dinner or lunch, or maybe even breakfast. A lot of shops aren't open for breakfast, but I've been known to say that I could eat pizza every day of the week. It would just be a different from a different pizza shop, and different toppings on them. And so all these are thoughts that go through our mind, and so we don't want to lose sight of making decisions. And when we're talking about all this is all mental health. This is all things are going on in our mind, and when we have kind of that overload where we have a lot of different thoughts going through our head, or the intensity of them, where we're just like, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'm not tired physically, like I'm tired, like my mind's tired. Mental health is still health. We talk about it all the time. Mental health is still health, just like physical health is health. Much easier to see a sprained wrist or ankle, and see that progression of healing versus the mentality, the mental side of things in our minds, that if we don't talk about them, nobody really knows about them usually. They may just think, oh, he's quiet, she's quiet, I wonder why they're not doing this or doing that. And so I do have a quite public life, with obviously with the organization and the shows and different things, different opportunities and interactions. But if you, let's say, you were to see me off camera, like my therapist, psychiatrist, says that I'm an introvert, and so I'm an introvert, but I'm able to at certain times like this, able to turn that to not be an introvert, to be, I don't say more outgoing, but being able to talk to a camera, a microphone, and just talk through particular topics, and so those are things that we just really we don't know as individuals sometimes, I thought I was an extrovert, and then my psychiatrist said, "No, you aren't." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean? I do, teach. We do these shows, and we do a lot of public-facing things." And then he brought up, what do you do when you're not on camera and you're not doing these, public events? And then it made a whole lot of sense. I said, "Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not as outgoing as I thought I was, and there's nothing wrong with that." And so when I was able to learn that, it felt good to understand myself a little bit more than what I had known about myself. And so that could seem scary. Oh my gosh, they're talking about me, they're judging me and all that. That part of that's their job. Their job's to help. So I don't look at my psychiatrist judging me. I look at her helping me. And so whatever that may be, a conversation, a thought, a topic, a trip, medication, non-medication, whatever comes up, it's all to help me. And so by me helping myself as much as I humanly can, then nobody's perfect, and I'm nowhere near close to even trying to say that I'm perfect. So I don't know everything, and you don't know everything. And so when we talk to a specialist, that's their job, is to help. And so my psychiatrist and therapist is helping me, so I'm able to help you and others, which is probably why we're over 50. Our show is in over 50 countries, 620 cities across the world. That a lot of people, and again, we can't thank you enough for watching, listening, sharing, screenshotting, just helping people. And we don't quite know all those things that are happening, how we are helping people. It's more on the rare side, where we find out a specific thing, a specific topic, a specific show, help a specific person go through a specific thing. We do get those, but there's a lot that's happening that we don't get. And so then we look at the analytics, and that's where we go, oh my gosh, we did not realize this at all. We're a United States-based organization, and the United States is only one country. So again, there's over 49 other countries that are tuning in. And I'm just blown away. All of us at Voices for Voices are blown away because of that. And it's that love and support of you tuning in, no matter where you're at on the globe, watching, listening, sharing, that we're able to do this. And I'm able to, the best I can, share topics. And not every topic, like we don't like everything about a specific person, maybe. So I like to look at it as a band. Like, okay, my favorite band is Third Eye Blind. And because they're my favorite band doesn't mean I like every single song that they've written and play. But they're still my favorite band. We can think the same thing about an actor or an actress. They're my favorite actor, actress, or favorite celebrity because of this, but I might not agree with political beliefs or whatever that may be. And so we know that not all our shows are going to resonate with every single person across the world. We know that. we invite you, however, to scroll through, and we have so many episodes, and again, it just blows my mind that we were able to do this. As a thought in my mind several years back, and here we are. It's incredible, and we can't do it again without you. So if you can give us a big thumbs up, like, share, comment, that would be awesome and very helpful. That's something that is free to do. And we are also a 501c3 nonprofit, which a lot of people don't know, or it doesn't really resonate with them because they're seeing, this flurry of social media content and shows. We're a 501c3 organization. We do accept donations. You go to voicesforvoices.org, and right there you'll be able to, in the middle of the screen, say, if you're able to support our organization, Voices for Voices, and the show that we're doing. There are costs that are being eaten by myself and other members of our board and organization. So if you're able to donate $1, $10, we would greatly appreciate that. That allows us to continue on this journey. Or you can go over to Venmo and look at Voices for Voices, and you can donate that way as well. All proceeds, all donations are 100% tax deductible because we are a 501c nonprofit charity organization. And we can't do this, I stress, because if you weren't watching, if you weren't listening, we'd have no reason to do this show. We'd have no reason to do that, because nobody'd be watching, nobody'd be listening. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, everybody at Voices for Voices, to have you watch, listen, wherever that may be, whatever platform that may be. If you want to watch it or listen to it on iHeart or Spotify, Amazon Music, Odyssey, the Odyssey app. If you want to watch it on YouTube or Rumble, we're very blessed to be able to be in so many different platforms that serve certain demographics. And we thank you for being with us, watching, listening. And until next time, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Check out the rest of our catalog of episodes at your convenience. Download them all, and then look through what the ones you want to save and watch or listen at a future date. So we'll see you next time. Until then, please be a voice for you or somebody in need.